My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. I'm going to starting on this screen where I've already pre-selected what we're going to go in with. Saves a little bit of decision time, and also, we can see here... Oh, hang on. There we go. We are going to be taking the alternate leader for the Stygian Guard, Soul Guard the Martyr. The first time I've spoken with these dream beings, Soul Guard, the priest of the Stygian's Titan, spoke of a mass exodus of martyrs. Martyrs who gave up their souls for the sake of heaven and hell. But why does no one living know of this great sacrifice? These answers create only more questions. Incant, gain Shard 1. So, triggers whenever you play a spell on the floor, and the shards just power Soul Guard's abilities. Also, we get 5 copies of Foregone Power in the base deck. 0 Ember, apply Frostbite 8 to the front enemy unit, and then discard a card at random. And then we'll also, from our allied Lunar Coven, have the 0-cost Moon Ritual. 0-cost phase, apply Conduit 1 to a friendly unit, which gives +1 magic power on that floor. So, that's a lot of 0-cost spells. And incant triggers on our main minion. This is going to be a lot of incant stuff. Hopefully the random Pyre Heart that we get supports it. Also, we're going to have to make sure that we check the specific bosses. Life Mother's Pyre is huge. We're going to have to make sure that we check the specific bosses that we run into to make sure they don't have incant triggers. They're going to be awful for us. Seraphotonus is the Chosen of Entropy. Cool, don't have to worry about that too much. As long as I have some scaling damage, I can get out of the range of that sap. Archeon, 3-floor strategy to prevent the Pyre Hunter damage, and Kale is just giving spikes. 2 copies of Silver Strike in the deck. 1 Ember to deal 25 damage to the front friendly unit. So, I keep saying friendly, I mean enemy. Front enemy unit. Full Moon, deal damage twice instead. We'll be able to force Full Moon a lot of the time with Moon Rituals. Flash Raise, 1 Ember, deal 3 damage and apply Frostbite 8, as well as a Guard of the Unnamed, 1 Ember 2 size Siren unit, incant to gain Armor 3. Now, Life Mother's Pyre, this is the huge thing. Our Pyre Heart is Life Mother's Pyre, adds the option to copy cards at Merchants of Steel, Magic, and Trinkets. So the very first thing that I need to do in this run is get one insanely busted spell. Then I need to dupe it every chance I get. Let's see what we can do with our champion here. There's the Cold Channel line, which gives On Revenge. When the enemy hits you, apply Frostbite 1 per shard to enemy units. That's a huge amount of Frostbite application, as long as I can support the health of Soul Guard there. That's really good. Currently, I can't support that health very well, though. Then there's Dire Channel. Incant, gain shard 1, and on action, deal 4 damage per shard to the front enemy unit. So this is just like a bunch of damage done every turn. But it's not an attack, specifically. Let's take Dire Channel and put you behind the Siren. Sorry, the Siren, the Guard of the Unnamed here. Oh, hell yeah. At end of turn, if it's full moon, spells in hand gain 10 magic power. I'm just gonna end my turns on full moon now. Enemies enter with Titan Skin, that's fine with me though. I will want to set up as low as possible on this. Is that true? Yeah, because I'm gonna need to be able to kill the backliners as well. Last thing I cast should be the Foregone Power. Cool. We can leave the turn in full moon as well. That'll do. Although, I'm leaving the turn in full moon without any spells in hand. So, actually, it's also worth noting, only the spells that have been added to the deck so far, the Silver Strikes and the Flash Freezes, actually can carry magic power. The Foregone Powers are just straight up Frostbite, and Conduit itself is magic power. 1, 2. I do think it's important to prevent that backline unit. I can do enough damage to the Fallen Champion over the course of the next 2 lines. And hell, I won't even have to, because you'll be on the top line by the time the boss comes into the bottom line, and with enough shard and defense on the Guardian name, we should be okay. Yeah, more incant on the bottom line is more important, so... I'll let the Fallen Champion move. Because I suspect I already win this line. Oh, I don't. Yet. I've got Silver Strike. Oh, yeah, I can do this. Silver Strike. I mean, one more Silver Strike and you are already dead now. Perfect. Stygian's next to the Merchant of Steel here. Merchant of Magic Stygian banner. I need a spell here that matters so damn much. Crypt Builder is not bad. The not bad of it is that it will very often be the case that I can use a Foregone Power to discard it. Helical Crystallis, 2 Ember, deal 35 damage to the front enemy unit twice. Realistically, that is a more expensive Silver Strike. With the density of Moon Rituals we have in the deck, it's just a more dense version of that. I guess it should be Crypt Builder, but I'm not happy about it. Lunar Cycle Star, 1 Ember, Moon Cycle. This equipment gains 1 damage permanently. So, Moon Cycle happens once every turn, as well as every single time I cast Moon Ritual. This seems like an obvious choice. Of course, now I have 2 Calcified Embers in the deck. That's actually a little concerning. Merchant Magic, Lunar Coven mana. I will admit, Armor Frost is pretty good on Crypt Builder, but other than that, 0 costing our Silver Strikes, and that's not even huge. There's not a lot we can do in this first Merchant of Magic. We'll have to hit the second one instead. Stygian Banner, a 1-size incant unit would be sick. Ooh, with a Smidge Stone, you don't have to be 1 size anymore. Interesting. Icy Silophyte and Cold Kalia. Both of them sweep units, both of them apply debuffs when they hit. One of them applying Spell Weakness, the other applying Frostbite. I feel like Spell Weakness is significantly less valuable to me. And I do already have some Frostbite in the deck. I've got, obviously, the Foregone Powers as well as the Icy. So I could take Cold Kalia and then I could Small Stone the Guard of the Unnamed. I would Small Stone the Guard of the Unnamed specifically as well, because then if I get Large Stone later, I can put that on Guard of the Unnamed and they'll remain 1 size. So we take Cold Kalia here, we Smidge Stone the Guard of the Unnamed, and then we multi-strike Cold Kalia, or double the application of Fun Sun Protection. Double the application of your Frostbite. We're not going to give you Strength Stone just yet, because if I can give you Quick Stone, you'll get plus 10 damage and also attack before the enemies, which will give you the ability to wipe out a lot of enemies before they even hit us. That's just a huge defensive boost for Guardian Names. Everything that happened there was very strong, but ultimately, I am now a little worried, because the strength of this run is going to depend ultimately on the spells, and I'm going to need a good spell pretty soon. Like, if my first Merchant of Magic's in the next area, I need to get it and start upgrading it now, so that I have the opportunity to dupe it effectively later on. Guard of the Unnamed, Soul Guard behind, Gold Kalia at the very back. And 2 Shield Stewards spread the rest of the line. Oh, hell yes. we can play out the Calcified Ember. It's even full moon. Perfect. I haven't yet gotten my cycle stuff. There you go. And then I'll moon cycle twice immediately after it. Oh, that's so good. I need as many casts as possible just for supporting the health of Gotta Be Unnamed now. Or not. I could get rid of this Calcified Ember. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to prioritize that. Yeah, because the rest of this is we'll get a huge amount of Frostbite on this enemy. So sure, I'll lose this bottom line, but this enemy will die pretty soon. What are you on now? Oh, you got a damage shield. That's annoying. Oh, never mind. Get extremely dead. Oh, that was huge. So Cycle Staff got 4 damage in that fight. Yeah, admittedly it does want more, but also Gold Gallia is very happy to have it. Offering token. It again comes with a Calcified Ember, but it is a way to draw and discard reliably. So if I have 2 foregone powers that are going to be the last 2 cards in my hand, I can discard one of them because I know that the other one's going to be discarded anyway, trying to find something that's much more useful. I can discard intentionally past Vengeful Shards, but also specifically I can force the discard of Crypt Filter. Also, if this gets double stack, not double stack, Spell Chain and Holdover, this is 2 incant triggers a turn, 2 draws a turn, 2 discards a turn. It becomes a really, really good dupe target. Celestial Storm, 3 Ember, deal 10 damage to enemy units, full moon, attune. There's also another Silver Strike, and finally a Meddler, 1 Ember, 1 size, summon, phase the moon, ability, manipulate, phase again. That's just more scaling for Gold Gallia. I can just throw that on another line. Alright, Merchant Magic, blow me away.
That's not how I would have done it.
Boy. I can reroll? Oh boy, that looks a little bleak. Guard of the Unnamed and Nameless Siren. I will say Gold Gallia doesn't need to be on the same floor as Soul Guard, so having another unit in that incant line is possible, but also I don't really want to have to support 2 incant floors at the same time. Obviously, you'd much prefer to just cast all of your spells on one of the 2 floors rather than 2 of the 2 floors. This incant just gains additional damage, which is the thing we already can do. Oh, God. I'm leaning towards skipping. What do I do with my other lines if I'm skipping here? Just take a Guard of the Unnamed. It's a good minion. You might not use it right now, but you'll use it eventually. I think here I probably do have to reroll, but I'm going to go to the event first, just in case removing Consume from a spell given to me here is busted. Oh. The rail leads you along the path of the angel, a growlstone path lined with angels forever frozen in stone. A few such statues still contain some lingering essence. You could infuse this essence with one of your own. The price of power, however, might not be what you expect. Wrath. Gain the Wrath ability. Attack immediately with a cooldown of 3. Cool. Benevolence. Cooldown of 3, restore friendly units to full health. Finally, Courage. Cooldown of 3, advance, restore to full health, and gain armor equal to the amount healed. Oh, those are all really cool. I do think I'd probably go get the most out of giving Wrath to Coldcalia. Oh, right, this is a unit upgrade. These guys are working off of armor, so they don't really get too much of a benefit from Benevolence. And Courage was restore to full health and gain armor equal to the amount healed, which also you don't have that much benefit from because you don't have that large an actual HP pool. Alright, Coldcalia. As you continue down the path of the angel, you can't help but wonder who these angels once were. So there's a very weak thing I could do right now is throw Permafrost on Crypt Builder, just guaranteeing that I will be able to discard it at the right time. But eventually that becomes useless. If I do have enough control over my discard, then the Permafrost on it will never get triggered. I can -1 cost a spell, which is fine, but if I reroll here, I might be able to get Holdover or Spell Chain, and those would be huge. And I might not be able to afford them if I do take the Emberstone. Spell Chain. Nice. That's a good spell to have. If I can duplicate a couple copies of that, ooh, maybe I can support multiple incant floors. Guarded the unnamed, Soul guarded the guy behind him. Coldcalia. Perfect. I hope I don't have to tell you that it is definitely going to be a draw gem. You know how many 0 costs this deck has? I've never seen a deck more ready for a draw gem. I feel like if I'm gonna be throwing Frostbite at anyone, should probably be against the boss. Build some stacks on him. Easy double spear steward setup. I think I'll save some damage on this floor by getting Coldcalia to attack immediately this turn. $21. I really need to give some additional health to the God of the Unnamed in some way. Obviously, I really hope that's a large stone. We're in the wrong moon phase for Silver Strike, so I could play the Medlar, then Silver Strike, which would be good. I just have to lead the Calcified Ember in this deck at the moment, which I'm fine with. I probably should have phased the moon at the end of the turn. Oh no, wait, I don't even have my my cycle staff out yet. Thank you. Now it's time to phase the moon at every available opportunity. Top line's a little screwed. Second line's a little screwed as well. I'm gonna need to get a bunch more incant triggers on this bottom line to feel comfortable at all. Okay, I'm just gonna focus on these lines. Oh, hang on. I was in the right moon phase for the ability. There you go. Damn. This actually could get a little dicey. Yeah, if I play everything before the full-on power, we're fine. I am going to be using Cold Kelly's Sweet this turn. So that can go now. Crypt Builder will kill the Chosen Flagellant, which will keep the Guard of the Unnamed alive, as well as cause all of our damage to be direct. I use Flash Freeze up here. I still take the same amount of damage the Frozen Champion. Well, the Frostbitten Champion, at least. But this will allow me to stack more Frost on the right targets. Now, basically, we only need to hold our Archeon for enough turns for it to die of its own accord from being too chilly. Oh, wow. Drew through and discarded 2 Vengeful Shards. Also succeeded the line, so now I can actually just focus on removing the Calcified Ember from the deck. Perfect. Okay, yeah, the Frostbite's doing a lot of work. Also, Soul Guard's actions probably having a little impact too. We're gonna cycle staff number 2. Mooncycle, this equipment gains 1 damage permanently. I feel like Soul Guard has other equipment they would want to equip instead. I mean, I do cycle the moon a lot, and this is pretty early to get a second Lunar Cycle stuff. Ritual Tome, consume, apply Titan Skin 2 to a friendly unit. Honestly, I think that would be a great way to increase the defense of a Guard of the Unnamed. Shade Guard. 2 Ember, 3 size, on resolve. If it is New Moon, gain +10, +15. So I did want to end my turns. No, I wanted to end my turn on full moon for the Moonstone. So it's at odds with that. And also it would hamper my moon cycle because I would want to sometimes avoid moon cycling just for the sake of hitting the Shade Guard again. I definitely don't need another Cold Kalia unless I'm planning to dupe my current Cold Kalia. That's how you do that. And Guard of the Unnamed, I literally have 2 copies of, so that's an unfortunate skip right. Merchant of Trinkets, I definitely don't have enough money to support. I do need to upgrade some minions, so Merchant of Steel certainly makes sense to me. Okay, Dire Channel. Dire Channel 2, deal 8 damage per shard to the front of a unit, or Titan Channel. Stasis. Gain shard 1 at 4 stack shards, remove stasis. So it just becomes a big bad backliner. I'm gonna take Dire Channel 2 because I really feel like I already have a big bad backliner. Merchant of Steel, perfect. Large Stone for the Guard of the Unnamed. We can see this Midstone is still overruling their size. So they become very big. Speedstone, no! Cold Kalia! get the God of the Unnamed incanting for a little more armor as well. Duplicate any card except your champion. I would like to duplicate. I mean, another Vanguard of the Unnamed would be really nice, but again, I really don't want that many lines of God of the Unnamed. Dupe that offering token twice. And I'm going to dupe that offering token. Oh, I draw one less card each turn. Oh no. I'm still only going to cast like 12 each turn, I'm thinking. Ooh, Lunar Cycle Star first. Sick hit. I'm actually chump block with the Shield Steward. Let you die on that next floor. Also, I think the next wave is going to have 2 of these Vicious Axe Throwers, so I'm going to use the Flash Freeze to kill this one. And then hold my Wrath ability. Okay, I'm not going to hold it again. That would be silly. Silver Strike for the lethal on the next floor, then Meddler Moonshifts, and then because we already have the Lunar Cycle out, we Moonshift again. Perfect. I mean, I'm gonna drop Ritual of Tome, or Ritual Tome on the God of the Unnamed as soon as I possibly can. Oh my god, so many offering tokens! Anything that says offering is now absolutely a card we dropped. Get rid of a Foregone Power because it discards a card. I'm not going to use Wrath this turn. See, even after all of that, I at least got to incant like 10 times this turn. It accomplished a huge amount still. Also, obviously, allowed me to select my hand. If I didn't already have a tome, I would have just continued doing it until I got the tome. Oh, it's working well. Beautiful. Double stacking that spell would be really good. We don't have many good targets for double stack just yet, except for Ritual Tome. Moon Cycle, then do the big damage, then Moon Cycle again. Got to use the Fae every second turn as well to Moon Cycle. I'll obviously just wait for Cold Kellier's next line to cast the Wrath at this point. Especially because it'll help us clear out, back lines. Oh boy. Oh, Ajax, I'm so sorry. It really looks like a pretty bad day for you, friend. My goal right now is to cycle the moon as many times as I possibly can before the end of turn. So I'm looking for moon rituals. And I'll discard whatever I have to discard to get them. All right, no moon rituals for me. That's fine though. Had one left in hand, and the meddler was ready. Perfect. So what's that cycle staff at now? 28 damage? Oh boy. It's getting pretty big. I wonder if it's time to make it deployable as well. 0 Ember Crystalline Seeds, consume to apply Frostbite 8 to enemy units. There's also Drain, 1 Ember to apply Sap 3, discard a card at random. And then Preserve, 0 Ember, Permafrost, apply Frozen to a card in hand. I think the only one here I'm concerned with at all is Drain. It is card negative though, which is kind of already a problem for me. But it does give me a little bit of control over Sap, a thing that I currently don't have that much access to, that can be especially important against the Pyre of Dominion, or it's not the Pyre of Dominion, rather the Titan of Dominion. Oh boy. Actually, Clearing Draft, 1 Ember consume, restore 40 health and apply Conduit 4. Moonrise, 0 Ember consume, gain 1 Ember, phase to full moon. And then Moonlit Glaive, 2 Ember, 5 damage, Mage Blade 3. You gain +1 damage per stack of Mage Blade for each stack of magic power on the floor. We don't actually get that much magic power on our floor. That's not like our thing. We don't use magic power realistically. We do accrue a little of it, obviously from the Moon Ritual, but it's not a huge amount. Moonrise is just an energy pump, a thing that I very seldom need. Glittering Draft is just heal to a target and apply Conduit 4, a thing I also really don't need that often. I'm leaning away from getting any of these. Yeah, no. They don't help me more than they introduce new problems into my deck that I don't need. And they synergize with things that I don't need. Puzzles, Merchant of Steel? How much do I really still need from Merchant of Steel at this point? Almost nothing. Okay, it's definitely Merchant Magic. Double stack. Titan Skin 4 on a friendly unit. If I'm honest, -1 costs an intrinsic so that I can get that on at the first turn saves a lot of health. Ooh. You know what else saves a lot of health? A second copy of that. Oh boy, that's foul. I'm doing it. Hassel's Horde. Token of a Traitor. Playing a spell deals 2 damage to a random enemy unit on that floor. Yeah, I mean, kind of synergizes with incants and giving us the ability to take out a couple of the backliners a little bit. Dante's Footstool on deployment phase, draw a room card from the deck, reduces cost to 0. The fact is that this gives me the ability to get, like, extremely busted things. Like, I might be able to just get Silence just constantly on the floor. Insane. Just set up from turn 1. I think that's way more important. Removals here. Spear Stewards. Complete dead weight. I do want to save a little money here, because hitting up a Merchant of Arms in the next area to find a room worthy of Dante's Footstool definitely seems like a play to me. Front non-boss enemy in each wave gains Reanimate. You may, if you should like, do that. Cycle Staff set up. We now have 8 Titan skin on the Guardian name, so you need to deal more than 8 damage in a single instance in order to do any damage to him. Now it's time to make some offerings. Yeah, I think that'll do well. 8 spells cast on the first turn. Got our 32 damage set up on Colkelia. 100 health on the Guardian names, and you need to deal 9 damage to deal 1 damage to it. I will happily take 1 damage this turn in order to play out the Calcified Ember. I literally don't need to use Colkelia's sweep because these Malevolent Hunters don't do any damage. I'm glad that we didn't end up getting quick on Colkelia because I have invalidated it already. Fallen Executioner hits its reanimate. Yep, okay, cool. They are both dead. I'm very glad also we're not reliant on incant triggers while the boss is on the field, which is very useful. I guess I'll discard a Flash Reset. It does seem like you might need a little bit more help, so... I'm gonna throw some sap and additional frostbite on that Guardian. Nice. Silver Strike is enough for the top floor. And then I'll start working on Meddler on the next. Ideally, I get to cast 2 Foregone Rituals on that floor. Nice. And we'll also phase the mood again, just for the buff. Goodbye, the Undying One. Hello, and goodbye. Guess I still have to keep cycling the entire time. But I think we're comfy now. So it takes you 6, 8, 10, right. So the enemy got to hit me about 5 times there. I wanted to know how long it was going to take them to do 36 damage to me. Whether they were just doing it in like 2 damage increments or something like that. Frenzied Swarm, 1 Ember to apply Dazed 1 to enemy units, discard your hand. Admittedly, I do really like that, but I'm already, again, very card negative. Guardian Stone incant, apply 1 armor to friendly units. That'd be good for helping to support the secondary floor with the Meddler. Admittedly, all I need the secondary floor to do at this point is live. I will need it to do damage at some point. Give me Guardian Stone right now. Planetarium, grant friendly units Conduit 5. So I could draw that immediately. Conduit is fine. It's totally fine. Moonrise, gain 1 ember, face the full moon, and Moonbeam, X cost, deal X damage to the front enemy unit X times. I don't think Planetarium's really necessary. I don't think I do that much damage with my spells. I think I'm mostly reliant on Frostbite and hard blocking enemies at the moment, which is going to be a problem because with how do you deal with 2 500 health enemies, right? Like Soulguard the Martyr is certainly capable of like killing one of them as long as it's not behind a defensive unit. But then after that, what? It's the Cycle Staff double hit from Cold Kelia. Currently, that's 100 damage. It's good. Doesn't kill 500 health units, which I'm going to start running into in like 2 lines. How do I deal with that? It's not Moonbeam. It's not Moonrise. I don't think it's Planetarium. I don't think any of those significantly help us. Merchant of Trinkets would honestly be good. Merchant of Arms and finding the right thing as well as making Lunar Staff deployable is better. The right thing being the right room. That's it. Yeah, something like that. Spell Sanctum. Spells cost -1. So spells will just always cost -1 on the floor. So literally Ritual Tome will be 0 cost on the first turn already. I don't need to make it deployable. It becomes deployable because of Dante. I'll make the Lunar Cycle Staff deployable though. That's exactly what we wanted. Removals, we will get 1 of the Shield Stewards out of this deck. And 1 of the Foregone Powers. Foregone Powers cost 2 cards. That's their hidden cost, obviously. Unless they're the final card in your turn, they will cost 2 cards. I need more and better spells. Merchant of Magic, I need to get a good spell after this. Go to the Merchant of Magic, upgrade it, and then dupe it once. Go to the next area, dupe it again in the Merchant, the Empyrean. Well, that's what I think would help us here. In terms of giving this the ability to truly scale to the late game. So yeah. Double Ritual Tome. We now can't take damage on the bottom line. It's fun. I'm gonna throw Drain on Kale. Is the most consistent damage on the field. So that'll happen after I play Moon Ritual, and Flash Freeze. Flash Freeze should also be played on you. The 9 Corruption does 0 damage to us. Thank you, Titan Skin. Got Silver Strike set up. Thank you for all these incant triggers. I mean, it really does feel like I'm going for another draw gem, doesn't it? I'll go for the Wrath Strike to get a little bit more Frostbite built up on the enemy, as well as save some health. Guardian Stone and Meddler definitely go on this line. As long as I cast one spell on the next floor, I'm already comfortable. So 2 spells and you'll be over the moon. On, just more offering cards. Things that cast on discard would be so good right now. Again, we can nullify the cost of Foregone Power if it's the final thing that I cast in a turn. Maybe the Cycle Staff can keep pace with the size of the enemies. Fine. Throw the sap back on Kale, keeping the second line just alive. As well as continuing to debuff our biggest enemy. Get him, Flash Freeze. Cards that previously I would have only drafted if I could have also made them 0 costs. Spell Sanctum's now helping with those a lot. So I should also make sure to draft spells in the light of the fact that they do all cost -1 on the floor that I'm most likely to play spells. Oh, it's going to have to be a lot of spells cast on that floor in order to save that floor. I don't think that's worth it. Couple more moon cycles, and now, Kale, you're mine. No more meddling. Perfect. I want to see how much damage you take to Soul Guard now. Okay, 432 damage every time Soul Guard decides to attack. That's pretty huge. Yeah. Okay, I feel, again, more bolstered that we will be able to take down 2 500 health dudes. Stardust Invocation, 1 Ember Consume, Phase. Note, this is 0 cost Consume Phase. Create an ephemeral copy of a spell in your hand. So just another spell, and I have that until I discard it. That's super cool. That's just spell positivity. I love that a lot. Hoarfrost Effigy, transfer all Frostbite on this floor to a unit, then double the amount of Frostbite. Pretty good for stacking Frostbite on a single boss, but I really do want to spread it. And Siren Song, 1 Ember, Pyre Bound, can only be played on the Pyre Room and the floor below it. Ascend enemy units on this floor and apply Daze 3. Really good way to daze Dominion, as well as to kill minions that have leaked in the Titan fight. Oh boy. This is difficult, because Stardust Invocation literally is just, like, Stardust Invocation right now, that's another copy of Ritual Tome, it's another copy of whatever my best spell is. And it's so many incant triggers as well. Draw, obviously. I told you what we need to do and where we need to do it. I've got a decent spell now, if I can do something good. Dire Channel, 16 damage per shot to the front enemy unit. Good lord. So double what it was previously, so the same match would have ended with 864 damage being dealt. That's it. Permanently remove Consume from Stardust Invocation and Spell Chain to Stardust Invocation. Oh, that's huge. Upgrade spell cost -1. Honestly, not really relevant at all. Duplicate any card except for your champion. The card that I need to dupe. I mean, Cycle Staff's not bad, admittedly. But my units don't really carry its damage especially effectively, except for Colcalia. No, the card that I need to dupe here is Stardust Invocation. Because Stardust Invocation now is a spell that creates a spell, and the second spell it creates another spell. So it's 4 spells for 1 card in hand. Absolutely absurd. I'm gonna dupe it again. And then I'm gonna remove a Foregone Power. Oh, this event! Wondrous boxes. Oh my god, small gift box. Wait, hang on. I think I have an infinite. Right? If the small spell box has 2 copies of Stardust Invocation in it, I play it for 0, it gives me 2 copies of Stardust Invocation. One of them dupes the other one. Getting a Spell Chain Ephemeral card. You use the Ephemeral card to dupe the other Ephemeral card from the first. You can literally cast as many spells as you want if you do that. And then if you include a Ritual Tome, you can actually give infinite Titan Skin. Well. Now I need enough money to dupe that card. Front non-boss enemy gains reanimate? Sure. I always breathe a deep sigh of relief. The first time each deck builder series I get to title an episode Going Infinite. Deafening Herald is silencing the entire floor. How dare you? Let's give Conduit 1 to a unit over there. So I really want to flash freeze you twice, so I'll Stardust Invocation the freeze. Throw 2 copies of that at you. Perfect. So now we're no longer silenced on the floor, so I can start drawing through the cards that I need. Silver Strike is okay, but it's not entirely relevant, to be honest. I should probably take a Moon Ritual. There's a small gift box, so I will drop Moon Ritual. Small gift box gives us Ritual Tome, 2 Stardust Invocations. Okay. Now, this Stardust Invocation Oh, come on! You didn't tell me that Stardust Invocation was not a spell that I could hit with that. You still were so mean. Where? Phase, create an ephemeral copy of a spell in your hand. I know it would be clumsy for it to say a non-Stardust Invocation spell in your hand, but these are different spells. They should, like, if I have 2 copies of this spell, they should be able to target one another. Unless something says otherwise. Dang. Oh, that's dang. All right, well, this is still fine, to be clear, because I'm still just going to get an insane number of ritual tomes, which is good, actually. And that is... You have to do 29 damage or more to do any damage to the Guardian of Unnamed. That's so good. That was turn 1. Perfect. Yeah, Entropy doesn't do that much damage. Savagery doesn't do that much damage for many cycles. This is great. Like, it makes sense that, like, an offering token that creates an ephemeral copy of itself is not eligible to be discarded from the first copy, because the second copy is created while the first copy is resolving. So it makes sense that the second copy is not in your hand, technically, to be discarded yet. So offering token not being able to target offering token makes sense. But that's an offering token not being able to target itself. Another offering token can discard the other offering token. Why the inconsistency? Like, I understand it. It's literally the infinite blocker. It stops me from doing the thing that I was currently doing. Congratulations, you stopped me from doing it. But also, it would have been nice to know I couldn't. Alright, guard, discard. You know, I'm gonna cast that spell on the next floor, because I am taking a lot of damage on the Guard of the Unnamed now. I kept ignoring the incants on that floor because the Guard of the Unnamed is so powerful, but maybe I shouldn't just let them die because they're so powerful. Oh, these Stardust Invocations, what do they do now? They're just, I mean, they are just additional copies of whatever my favorite spell is that turn, basically. So I'm hopeful I get to draw like a Frostbite so I can kill an enemy here. That'd be nice. Never mind. Yeah, your moon cycle's even deactivated at the moment. Woof. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna be incanting the next floor a bunch then. Thankfully, these are ephemeral copies that I'm creating as well. So I don't have to worry that they're going to jack up the deck. if I'm honest, I'm still holding out to get a busted spell at the end of this fight to have something other than just defensiveness that I can dupe, because really you want to dupe offensiveness. Yeah, let's do the big strike first. I guess Stardust Invocation is probably best played on Moon Rituals here. Also, it's worth noting, every time Stardust Invocation is cast, we're phasing as well. So this is all just insane cycling for the Lunar Cycle Star. This is a very fast moon. Just whizzing around the earth like a Beyblade around an arena. Get the silence unit down so I don't have to worry about it. Woohoo! Here's the two big dude check. Admittedly, I do a lot of damage to the backline big dude, but not enough. I definitely need to support it with more spells. Crypt Builder on that floor. I mean, my dupes here really should be for additional Moon Cycle again. So I'll dig as deep as I need to try and get to that. There it is. And now I can discard anything that's not the Moon Ritual. See. Another copy of that, and another copy of that. We'll cycle a couple of times. And send out a Silver Strike, just for good measure at the end. Oh, imagine if we had Moon Cycle triggers an additional time. Oh. Yeah, 1,000 damage from Soul Guard the Martyr, by the way. So it was the fact that the frontline big boy was reanimating meant that because he didn't die by the end of the first strikes, he died to Soul Guard, but also came back up, still reanimated for the next floor. I'm still unsure about that. Guardian's Amulet. It has the text offering on it, so it will be taken. Cover of Night, 1 Ember, consume, face new moon, apply 5 damage, and stealth 1 to friendly units. Duality, 1 Ember attuned, deal 10 damage to an enemy unit, or restore 10 health to a friendly unit. And Glittering Draft. I really want to be able to apply armor to Cold Kellier so that I can save Cold Kellier in turns where, she's being silenced or can't sweep or something like that. When I don't have Drain or Flash Freeze to be able to take down a backliner especially, you know, things like that. I guess I can use a couple of... Oh, that's actually probably the answer. The answer is that I give her, 3 copies of Ritual Tome so she prevents 12 damage to herself, and then she'll never take damage. Duality, admittedly, the attune is going to have a pretty high number on it, and realistically, this is just a 10 damage nuke that I can hit a backliner with, which is something I do need right now. Merchant of Magic. Obviously, Holy Stone on either the Guardian Amulet or the Crypt Builder would give us a lot of extra higher health. Double stack on the small gift box, obviously duping the small gift box. How many minion upgrades would really help me at this point is the thing. Because I think none. So, like, I think over there, there's an Empyrean Well, as well as a little bit of money. Wait, no, it's Merchant of Arms. Hang on. What about arms? How many arms help me right now? Also none. So that's just a free dupe space and some money, which I could use to buy more dupes. But maybe that's worth more than the Merchant of Magic right now. I do feel like another, like, duping. Is this Lunar Cycle stuff the one that has 107? If I dupe this, do I get one with 107? I think so. You get it with all of its modifiers on it. But for some reason, I feel like I'm going to get a 0 after that. Although I will also note, duping another small gift box for double Stardust Invocation and Ritual Tome is huge. I should do that. That's absolutely a card I want to dupe. Merchant Trinkets. Oh, Silent Sigil. When it becomes New Moon, not first time it becomes New Moon, when it becomes New Moon, apply Armor 10 to friendly Silent units. How many Silent units do I have, though? I have Siren units. Is that close enough? Siren units, Fae units, Totem units. I have literally no Silent units. Razor Thin Crescent. Mageblade adds an additional damage per stack. We'll quickly have a look to see if Mageblade is relevant here. It's not. I really don't care about this here. Oh no! I went the wrong direction. I came this way because I wanted to be able to dupe and then go to the Merchant of Arms and dupe there as well, but the Life Mother's Spire gives you the ability to dupe at... Oh, Merchant of Steel, Magic, and Trinket. Never mind. Okay, I can still dupe at the Trinkets. Great. Ooh, apply mute 1 when an enemy unit enters your train. That'll mute the bottom line on the only line that's a problem for me. When a unit gains Frostbite, it gains 2 additional stacks. Frostbite doesn't decay. Also incredible for us. Duplicate any card except your champion. This one is absolutely going to have to be another small gift box. Good lord. Ooh, this deck is disgusting. I'm going to cut another Foregone Power from this deck. Oh, boy. Oh, this is so good. I kind of want to only set up one line. Because if I only have one line, that's the line that the boss will be on. And I truly, at this point, do feel indestructible. But what if I need damage support to take out like another unit that's moved through our stuff? I'll set it up. Oh god, they're all muted. They're all muted! Look at this! So beautiful. Okay, we'll get 12 on Guard of the Unnamed, and I'll put a couple on Gold Gallia as well. We've got one of the small gift boxes in hand. We got to... Oh, hang on. wait. So I can't use Stardust Invocation to dupe Stardust Invocation, but can I use it to dupe a small gift box that contains 2 Stardust Invocations in it? Inquiring minds need to know. I'm gonna have to offering through a couple of things, looking. I only need 1 copy of Moon Ritual in this hand, and I don't need any copies of Drain. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to set this up this turn. That's fine. Realistically, it's not essential. I'll purge my Ember. Generate all my tomes. And we've got 12 Titan Guard on both Cold Kellier and Titan Skin rather on Cold Kellier and Guard of the Unnames. Pretty difficult for them to have anything done to them now. And Guard of the Unnamed dies on the top line. Honestly, sure. There's a small gift box. Oh my god, there's the other small gift box, which that'll do it. Urge out the calcified amber, small gift box, gives me Stardust Invocation. Stardust Invocation dupes the small gift box. Alright, we're going infinite, baby. Oh, that's fun. Stardust Invocation for another of the small gift boxes. Yeah, I think the goal is just dupe small gift box every available time, right? Heck, I can literally do this until the boss dies, and I think I will. It might take a while, but that's what going infinite is. Small gift box, ritual tome, couple Stardust Invocations for me, please. I'll tome you, then invoke a new gift box. Twice. Oop, ran out of space in hand on this one, that's fine. Hand on that one, that's okay. Oh, that's actually something I do need to be careful of. I can overfill my hand by doing this. Thankfully, the ephemeral cards that get discarded... Oh no, they're not even ephemeral. They're all just spell chains. They're just gonna dupe. Oh, that actually does brick my discard pile. I need to go infinite this turn. Which, admittedly, I do, so... Colkelia now has enough damage to sweep through all of you. Perfect, which causes Soulguard the Martyr to just deal damage directly to Seraph, which is what we were looking for. Handful, yeah. Too many Stardust Invocations now. And none of them are ephemeral, so they'll all try and give me an ephemeral spell in hand. Oh, perfect. We got another Ritual Tome, so we're not going to be able to go infinite anymore. Unfortunately. Oh, and the Ritual Tome couldn't dupe as well. If this kills me, I will restart the fight. Admittedly, that... I think, how could I have managed my hand better to prevent that? Realistically, I just need there to be 2 Rituals of Tome in the spell gift box instead of 1, instead of 2 Stardust Invocations. Was a lot of spells cast in that turn, though. create a Crypt Builder and another Offering token as well. I guess I do want a Moon Cycle more than anything else. So as long as I have a Moon Ritual in hand, we're fine. Duality really doesn't do that much damage either. Alright, fine. As many Moon Rituals as I can get, please. The moon cycles infinitely. This build doesn't necessarily meet it all the way there. Come back down here, buddy. Not done with you yet. Yeah, most of the spells I draw at this point will be Stardust Invocation. I only create an ephemeral copy of the spell. So it's fine. I can create all of these silvers and they'll just die at the end. Perfect. Come down, Seraph. I have Wrath ready for you. Just 2 more strikes you can take directly to the dome. Courtesy of Cold Kalia. You're more than welcome to thank her. Oh, sick. Discarding the Curse of Entropy destroys it. I didn't even think about that. Because it's ephemeral, it gets destroyed on discard, so I don't have to play it and I don't have to get the sap. That'll be really good against the Titans. Alright. I think we're phasing the moon enough times here now. Yes, we will be able to kill the Avowed Gladiator now just with Cold Kalia. Which means that the damage from... Yep. Soul Guard is going to push through to the back. Suddenly went from 300 damage to Soul Guard to 2,000. Even more moon rituals. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, 2 500 health dudes is a problem. It is. I'm not exactly certain how I end up dealing with the Avowed Gladiator that gets past. Oh, I do want to play out all the Stardust Invocations here, because they do phase. Even if I'm not duping a phasing spell, they themselves still phase. I don't need to play out these Flash Freezes, but I will be doing that. Perfect. Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a win. Basically, we'll see on the first 2 turns how our setup goes. Yep, still got Spell Sanctum for the bottom floor. Called Kelia, a Lunar Cycle Staff with 190 damage on it. And that's only at the moment. We don't even know what it'll be by the end of the battle. Oh, they're all muted as well. Oh, so I'm not going to get a Curse of Entropy this turn, on Resolve at least. And I'm also not going to get Highlight in hand next turn, interestingly. I think Drain, keeping that for Dominion would be nice, but I don't know if I will be able to. Flash Freeze is certainly something I do want to keep, but I'm going to drop Drain, because I've just got a lot of card negativity in this hand already. Cards that spend other cards as resources. There's a small gift box. Go past Duality. Already got a Flash Freeze. Already got a Moon Ritual. Now I do want to get cards out of hand. Let me get rid of the Flash Freeze. I'll cast this next Offering Token as well. Do I do that? No, I don't do that yet. Small gifts. Stardust Invocation gives me another small gift box. I've got to make sure that I have 2 of those available at all times. And then I never want to dupe additional Stardust Invocations. And I want to use them when I can by duping Consume spells. So this one dupes a Ritual Tome. I'm always trying to work back down to a base state where I have 2 small gift boxes in hand. That's the goal. Yeah, I think this is infinite. Yep, this is absolutely an infinite. Alright, so you got 20 damage block on you. Let's get 20 damage block on everyone in that line. Perfect. And again. First one has to be for the small gift box. Second one goes back on the tome. Yeah, we just need good management. This is an infinite. Cool, I do get to title the episode Going Infinite. Yay. So now currently, this is capable of doing what? This is capable of cycling to get a ridiculous amount of shard on Soul Guard and defending everyone a bunch as well. How could I otherwise utilize it? With a spell damage in hand, I could start duping that spell damage consistently. I'm going to use Offering Token. If I get a spell that does damage, I'll discard Moon Ritual. If I don't... Actually, no, I'm going to cast this one first. And then gain another spell gift box. Because then I can use this Offering Token to discard just trash if I need to. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm only going to be looping with these this turn. If I wanted to, I could just Moon Cycle the Lunar Cycle Staff infinitely until I can do literally 2,500 damage to both enemies at the same time with a single Wrath trigger, and then we just have this on the top line, but then I still have to wait until you die. Oh, I played out all the Moon Rituals. that was... I'd spell chain half as fast. Literally, I'm just going to stack Soul Guard until Soul Guard is doing enough damage to kill Savagery in a single hit, and then I'm going to just go. Like, that's the right choice. I could literally just stay here forever and continue hitting numbers, and eventually Cold Cali would kill both of them, but neither of us want me to have to play... what is it? Through 2,000 more cards. At least. At least I hope neither of us wants me to have to do that. You just demonstrate that it can go infinite. You don't have to do it infinitely. Otherwise, I would have never released the first Going Infinite episode. Sure that I get all of these consumed. If only we did 30 damage to the front enemy line when we consume a spell. We got our second gift box, and now it's tome time. Okay, you need to do more than 80 damage in a single attack to damage me now. I'm still scared, obviously, so I'm going to have to do more than that. Blocking 100 damage on you now. I should probably have that on each of my units on that line, just for safety. You know, I don't want to lose this run. That'd be a nightmare. Make sure that I have the tome. Sorry, the second gift box before I just start focusing on the tome. Not really much to say, to be honest. Very procedural for a while right now. Until that number says you die, Savagery, it will be. Obviously, you don't need to actually die. You can't, because you have Fate Link. And unfortunately, I can't mute the Fate Link off of you. Start spreading the ritual tones to Soulguard now, because I don't want you to take any more damage than, you know, if you take 101 damage, maybe I need to give you more. I'd be so sad. I would have known that I could have done something about it the whole time. We're getting pretty close now to the death of Savagery. Like, it's literally 16 more damage to him every time I cast a spell. Okay, perfect. He's dead now, but I'm gonna get Soulguard to... Oh my god, my discard pile, by the way. This is my discard pile. That's why I needed to set up lethal this turn. I want to get Soulguard to 100 defense, just because I can. Alright. That'll do. Hilariously, I actually don't want to whack them, because now I'm going to do much less damage to Entropy for a while. I'm going to have to wait for a free round to attack Entropy, but for what it's worth, because of Dominion being alone on the top line, I will have to wait for a free round anyway. Mm-hmm. The spells aren't free on that floor. Much harder to reliably cast up there, unfortunately. So I need more zero costs for that floor, I guess? So let's get more Foregone Powers and Crypt Builders, and I'm just going to try and get them to cast one another on that next floor. That's enough to at least have someone survive the floor, which is important, so that they don't take higher damage directly. Entropy is on 1 health, so is Savagery. It's just Dominion's game now. I don't have infinite generation in this hand. but I can make a couple of silver strikes and hit the top line with those, and I will do that. We're out of phase, and then if I play Meddler, we're back in phase, baby! But also I don't have enough energy to cast all three of them now. Oops. Your spell shield will not save you for long. Granted, it will save you for a while, but not long. All of your spell shield has been exhausted. Oh, please. Oh, please tell me I can do this. Please. Yep, Highlight's totally a spell you can do it to. Oh. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, this is actually gonna be easy. I was worried there was gonna be a private rule that you can't do it to cards that have, I don't know, Purge already written on them or something. Perfect. Can 10 damage hit him? Can 10 damage hit him? Can 10 damage hit him? Just do that 3 more times. That's a wave 4 Titan kill. I'm pretty damn proud of that. Yep, that's what happens when you mix these two clans together. They compound each other's strengths. Stygian Guard hits level 6, getting Cobble Hex. Oh, yay, it's you! 0 Ember, 1 size, end of turn, apply Frozen to a random card in your hand, and Tethys' Scale, 50% chance to apply Spell Weakness 1 to an enemy unit when it enters your train. We also hit level 7, Ice Tornado, 3 Ember, consume Permafrost, deal 30 damage to a random enemy unit 3 times, and then Titan Sentry, 1 Ember, Revenge, apply Frostbite 3 to enemy units. I'm really glad to see Titan Sentry here because it feels a lot like... Stygian Guard feels a lot reliant on incant triggers for their defensive setups until you get Titan Sentry, because a lot of the time your defensive setups as Stygian Guard without Titan Sentry have to be the Guard of the Unnamed as well as the incant Guardian Stone. So you kind of like tie yourself onto that line already. Allied Lunar Coven hit level 9, gaining Silver Ink, 3 Ember Consume, apply Attuned, and +3 magic power to spells in hand. So that's 15 additional damage to them, because they're attuned, so they also times their magic power by 5. We get 8 cards, Gilded. Oh wait, hang on, can we look at run summary? Oh no, wait, will it show cards as they were? Yeah, I guess that's good enough for the thumbnail. Yeah. Although I should probably zoom in on some other stuff. I'm having a look at how I generate the thumbnails for this because I don't have enough assets to continue doing it in the way that I have been. So maybe pulling out some assets from this from time to time will be particularly useful. For the moment, though. Let me head back to the main outpost and see if they have a message for me. They don't at the moment. So I'll have to tell you that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is the series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add a reward the thank to, and a special thanks to this episode to Kimaru. Hopefully you'll enjoy yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.